Hey there fellow Commander players, welcome back to my channel. It's time for a thrilling episode of Budget Power-Ups, a series about getting the most out of your Commander decks without breaking the bank. From explosive ramp spells and game-changing win conditions, to clever combos and synergistic creature packages, we'll be exploring it all. My mission? To show you that you can compete with the best without maxing out on your credit cards. So, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to keep updated for more of my future Commander content. Before we start, I would like to quickly mention my friends at Paramount Designs. They make fantastic playmats with amazing artwork. Their playmats are made with great care and are incredibly durable. So, if you're looking for a top-notch playmat to up your Commander games, then I've got a great discount code for you and it's really easy to claim. Simply click the link that pops up now in the right hand corner of my YouTube video and it will direct you to a landing page which is offering an exclusive offer on Paramount Design playmats for my YouTube viewers. Simply claim the coupon, add your email and away you go. You can even find the link in my YouTube description. I also recently made a Patreon, feel free to check it out, the link is in my description below. Okie dokie, without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's dive into these power-ups. Number 1. Hunter's Insight. An instant spell that costs 1 green and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Choose target creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, draw that many cards. This is a beast of a card. Hunter's Insight has the possibility of drawing you a large range of cards, with its limits only being held back by how much damage your creature is dealing this turn. So, if you have a creature with 10 power for example, deal combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, you can cast Hunter's Insight and draw a whopping 10 cards. This card flourishes in decks that are heavily big creature focused, so the green colour of this card matches its identity very well. You can buy this card for around 50 cents. Number 2. Crib Swap. A tribal instant shapeshifter card that costs 1 white and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Changeling. This card is every creature type. Exile target creature, its controller creates a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. Okay, Crib Swap is an excellent creature removal spell as it exiles a creature from the battlefield. Furthermore, it only costs 3 total mana at instant speed, which is a pretty low CMC casting cost for such a powerful effect. This card can be particularly useful against commanders with powerful abilities. Additionally, the fact that it exiles the creature instead of destroying it can bypass certain graveyard recursion strategies commonly used in commander decks. You can even exile indestructible creatures, which is amazing removal for indestructible. The opponent getting the 1/1 shapeshifter isn't really anything to worry about, it's a fair trade-off, and you can buy this card for around 40 cents. Number 3. Spring Cleaning. An instant spell that costs 1 green and 1 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Destroy a target enchantment clashed with an opponent. If you win, destroy all enchantments your opponents control. Each clashing player reveals the top card of their library, then puts that card on the top or bottom. A player wins if their card had a higher mana value. Okay, Spring Cleaning is a great removal for enchantments. However, in a fine-tuned deck, preferably one that has a wide range of high CMC cards, you'll likely win the clash more often against opponents, making Spring Cleaning actually an amazing removal for enchantments. Because if you win the clash against your opponent, this card is insanely powerful. Being able to destroy all of your opponent's enchantments on the board for just 2 total mana is bonkers and a lot of fun. You can buy this card for around 30 cents, making it incredibly budget friendly, so why not try one out? Number 4. Bounty Agent. A human soldier creature that costs 1 white and 1 generic mana to cast. He has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Vigilance. Tap, sacrifice Bounty Agent, destroy a target legendary permanent that's an artifact, creature or enchantment. I'm a big fan of Bounty Agent. I've mentioned him countless times before on my YouTube channel. This is because I find him to be incredibly versatile. He can deal with a large range of threats on the board. Unfortunately, you only get to target 1, so make sure it's worth it. Being able to destroy a legendary permanent that's either an artifact, creature or enchantment is huge and most efficient. I mainly use Bounty Agent as a warning. He sits on the board and opponents usually don't want to cast their nuclear legendary permanents in fear that I may target it and remove it. Having this on the board kind of makes you feel like an Avenger. You can buy this card for around 50 cents. Number 5. Tarrian's Soulcleaver. A legendary artifact equipment spell that costs 1 generic mana to cast and says the following. Equipped creature has vigilance. Whenever another artifact or creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature. Equip for 2 generic mana. Oof, this is a good one. Tarrian's Soulcleaver is grossly powerful, considering how low its casting cost is. For just 1 generic mana, you can very easily and efficiently get this card out. Also, Tarrian's Soulcleaver only costs 2 to equip, so you can get this thing going relatively fast. This card offers so much, from vigilance to slowly buffing up your equipped creatures. The +1/+1 counters can be built up extremely fast. I mean, think about how many artifacts and creatures go into the graveyard in a usual game of Commander. It's a lot, yeah. This is an early game menace for your opponents and can very steadily lead you to victory. You can buy this card for around $1.70. Number 6. Decimate. A sorcery spell that costs 1 green, 1 red, and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Destroy target artifact, target creature, target enchantment, and target land. You can't cast this spell unless you have legal choices for all its targets. Decimate is a powerful card in Commander because it allows you to target multiple permanent types with one spell. Being able to destroy an artifact, creature, enchantment, and a land can be incredibly valuable in a multiplayer format like Commander, where there are often multiple threats on the battlefield. However, it must be noted, you can't cast this spell unless you have legal choices for all its targets, which can be a little frustrating at times. However, overall, Decimate is a strong card in Commander and can be valuable addition to many decks, and you can buy this card for around 50 cents. Number 7. Minions Murmurs. A sorcery spell that costs 2 black and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. You draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the number of creatures you control. This card is wicked. You can draw a good amount of cards using Minions Murmurs. It all depends on how many creatures you have on the battlefield, and if you have enough life to spare. I feel like in a heavy token generating deck, you can really push this card to its limits and draw a whole bunch of cards. Because usually in token based decks, you're generating loads of tokens over the game and having big board states, yeah? So imagine how many cards you can draw with this. You can buy this card for around 35 cents, making it very budget friendly. Number 8. Humble Defector. A human rogue creature that costs 1 red and 1 generic mana to cast. It has 2 power and 1 toughness and says the following. Tap, draw 2 cards. Target opponent gains control of Humble Defector, activate only during your turn. This is an interesting card. For starters, it offers card draw in red, which is something we rarely see. It can also work as a political tool for you to tempt opponents with. For example, when you do have to hand Humble Defector over, you can ask which opponent will offer you something back in return. Perhaps ask whoever takes it to return it back to you once they use it, upping your card draw from 2 with Humble Defector to 4. Pretty wild, yeah? Very sweet for red. It's an exciting card to bring to your Commander games, and you can buy this card for around 35 cents. Number 9. Bident of Thassa. A legendary enchantment artifact that costs 2 blue and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. For 1 generic and 1 blue mana and tap, creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. I adore Bident of Thassa and have been using it for many, many years. It's always performed very well for me. Being able to draw cards with such ease is fantastic. Throw Bident of Thassa into a deck full of evasive creatures with flying or unblockable, for example, and watch the cards flood in. Furthermore, we also have access to that quirky force attack effect that Bident of Thassa offers, effectively making a player of your choice have to attack. Unfortunately, it's not gold, and the opponent can't target us, but hey, it's still a relevant effect. I've used it before to tap an opponent's creatures totally out, leaving him with no blockers, making them easier to take down with my horde of small evasive creatures, or even have my other opponents help me take out that chosen player. You can buy this card for around $1.80. Number 10, the final card on my list. Corrupted Conscience. an enchantment or a spell that costs 2 blue and 3 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has Infect. It deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. This is an impressive card that can offer potent power when matched with the correct creature. We get to steal an opponent's creature of our choice and give it Infect, both very strong effects. The idea is, if you can steal something big, preferably something huge with like 10 or more power, you can then very easily wipe opponents out if you can connect with their life totals, as you'll be dealing Infect damage, aka poison counters. 10 poison counters and you're out, making Corrupted Conscience a worthy addition as a finisher for many decks. You can even use it on your own creatures to simply give it Infect. You can buy this card for around $1. Okay everyone, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for making it this far. If you did enjoy the video, please could drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I would really like to know if you have any recommendations on budget upgrades for Commander. If you do, please share it in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. Have you tried any of the cards listed in this video before? If you have, let me know how they performed for you in the past. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.